Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the J2M3. This is a Japanese tier 4 fighter. It's got 4 20mm cannons, 800 rounds, so that's a very good thing. And it's an interesting plane. I'm still not sure exactly how to fly it, but I've picked up a few things along the way. So I'm just going to be talking through some of the matches that I played with it and tell you how I think it might should be played, you know, but I'm not completely sure. So anyway, this there's an XP50 trying to get me, but on this map I get an air spawn, so I have quite a bit more energy than him, so I just pitch up and he can't get me, get him to stall out, and then I'm just going to do a gentle turn and come down on him. So what you can see here is that this plane doesn't turn exceptionally well. So unlike most Japanese planes, which are very maneuverable, this one isn't. Its strength is more its engine power and high altitude performance. This was made as an interceptor, I believe. So you can't go around turn fighting everything like you would in a Zero or something. But 4 20mm cannons do help you kill things. As you can see here, critical hit. My aim's a little bit off, but that's alright. Got enough ammo, and there we go. It's first kill. So I'm looking around me, checking to make sure there's no enemies coming for me. The engine does tend to overheat a little bit, but you can cool it down just by going to 100%, so it's not an issue. So, as I was saying, this plane was designed as an interceptor, so at least that's what Wikipedia told me. So I fly it more like a Focke-Wulf than a Zero or anything. So try not to get in turn fights with anything, and just try to keep your speed high and make slashing attacks. Now this P-51 doesn't know what hit him, and he's critically damaged. Hopefully I can turn around and finish him off. Doing a nice vertical loop here. It seems to like the vertical loops quite a bit better than flat turning, so can do that. There we go. Killed him. Almost shot down a teammate who flew in front of me, but and now we're gonna see if we can line up another attack. The Spitfire doesn't seem to be paying attention. And there we go. Critical hit on him. Keep my speed high. Teammate doesn't finish him off, but there's also another Spitfire in front of me, so I'm kind of can't make up my mind who to go for. And there's an F-82 up there as well. Okay, that Spitfire crashed, so that solves that issue. I want to be careful of the F-82, but I know that plane's not that great, so I don't consider him too much of a threat. As long as I don't do anything stupid, then he shouldn't be able to get me. So yeah, right now I'm flying this plane. It's pretty much completely stock. I think I have one of the tier 1 upgrades, but I don't have the ammo belts yet, which should really help, because if you get the Japanese stock belt for the 20mm cannons isn't very good. But if you get the upgraded belts, the tracer ammo is fantastic, so I'm hoping to get that soon, because that should help. But since you have 800 rounds of ammunition, it's not too bad. And the F-82 is coming back down. But he misses this guy, and he's going to zoom away. Well, let's see if I can get some shots in. I am closing the distance. So I'm just going to dive down, gain a little bit of speed, and then pitch up at him. And here we go, yep, we're closing. And open fire! Get some hits, and this is kind of where the default belts are letting me down, because nope, just hits. I think if I would have had the tracer belts, I would have been able to do a lot more to him. And yes, people, please don't go head on with the F-82, it's not smart. And here I have shots on him again, so again, I lied into him, but nothing. So that was disappointing. I feel I should have killed him, but I didn't, and now I'm pretty much completely out of ammo. I have 16 shots left. So I have to make them count. I got a teammate shot down another Spitfire, so that's good. Ah, and he pulled down right as I was shooting, forcing me to miss. And I'm really completely out, so I decide, you know what, time to head back to base, get some more ammo. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here, telling my teammates to attack that F-82, because I want him to die, but I'm gonna skip a little bit. Otherwise this video is going to be very long because I have quite a bit of footage. So I've made a landing here, but as you can see all my teammates have managed to die, and so that leaves me alone against, it seems, at least 2 guys. The F-82 also got shot down and I didn't even get an assist for it, so that kinda sucked. But now it's kind of me against the world, so I have to hope that I do something right, because it's not gonna be easy. The good news is on this map I at least got an air spawn, so maybe that helps a bit. Who knows? But I'm gonna fly straight over towards their airfield because that's where I think they are, so. And I want to kill them as quickly as possible. If I can get them on takeoff, then that would be perfect. I'm not above that. If I have to win that way, then that's how I'll do it. So I'm just cruising along. As you can see, this thing is pretty fast in level flight. It's already at 400 kilometers per hour. Now it helps that you get an air spawn on this map, as I said, so. But it is a fast plane, especially because it doesn't look like it would be a fast plane, because it's, I don't know, it's kind of got an ugly build, if you ask me. Kind of fat and stocky, but I think it's got a strong engine, and that's why it can climb as well as it does and go as fast as it does. So. And the dogfight that's coming up is probably the most interesting one I've had with this plane, because it highlights just what it's good at and what it's not good at. But we'll see that coming up. So I'm just zooming in on the airfield constantly, trying to figure out where the enemy is. But I haven't seen them yet, so that's a concern. Since they've already taken off, then I'll have to go search for them. And it's not like I've been climbing, so I don't have that much altitude to play with. Oil's starting to overheat a little down here, so that's one of the downsides of a plane that kind of has a tendency to overheat. They generally overheat even worse if you're at low altitudes, so gotta be careful of that. I keep scanning around, but I'm really not seeing anything. So I'm just I'm hoping to find them, and then on the radar you can see it. Don't know how long it took me to notice it during game, but there we go, finally noticed. There's a Spitfire. And this is a Griffin Spitfire, so he should be fast and he should be decently maneuverable, so go for a semi head-on. He gets a few hits, but it's a Mark 14. I decide to start trying to turn with him, but as you can see he can cut inside my turns a lot easier, so yeah, I'm not going to keep doing that for too long, because here you can see it again. No, he's just going to get on my tail this way. He can't quite get shots at me yet, but he's getting pretty close. So instead, I'm going to level it out and I'm going to run away. Yes, brave Sir Robin. But anyway, running is sometimes a better option. And there's still that other player, I think, alive, so I'm hoping to find him. But as you can see, I can outrun this Spitfire pretty easily, and that kind of surprised me, because I mean, I know that the Griffins have pretty good engine power, so I wasn't expecting to be able to run away from him so easily. But as you can see, I already have more than 2 kilometers of separation now, so I don't know what this guy's doing. Maybe he's completely stuck or something, but so am I, so it seems you gotta abuse your engine power and your level speed. So, going for a head-on again. This time I do dodge all his shots, he dodges mine. Try to get a second volley in, but he can't. Instead of flat turning this time, I decide to try it in the vertical, but again, no, it's just not working. I cannot turn with this guy at all. I almost die here because the instructor kind of decides to play some games with me. That's the dangerous thing about deploying flaps. Sometimes it completely kills your turn rate because the instructor says, "Oh, your pilot's tired now," so you gotta be careful of that. Spitfire's breaking off. I see it, and so I decide to give chase. And now I'm behind him, and we're not going for a head-on pass for the first time, so this is very good news for me. And you can see how quickly I can close the distance. He's trying to turn it around, but he's not going to be able to turn around in time. I get a few hits, nothing much. Again, taking it into the vertical. And again, you can see, no, I cannot turn with this guy. So, once more, gaining a bit of separation. And I'm going to just try to open up a little bit of a gap. As you can see, he's already turning off me, so then I'll gladly come at him again. I'm gonna have to risk the AAA, but I mean, this is the game-winning kill here. I think the other guy is dead, even though he was still showing on the scoreboard. But and now I have this guy in a really good situation. I can give him a nice broadside, and there we go. Shot his wing off and set him on fire, and he is dead. I just gotta run away from the AAA. And then we should win, and that would be a 5-kill game. So that was awesome for me. And you can kind of get a feel for what this plane is good at and what it isn't good at. Yeah, as you can tell, it's not really a turn fighter. It's got decent maneuverability, but you can't really outturn anything. But it's got great engine power, so if you just keep making those slashing attacks, you can use those 420mm cannons to quickly get rid of your enemies, and that's great. So, taking a quick look at the score sheet, we can see how much we earned. It was our daily double. I got 8,900 RP, got the Teamwork Award, Ground Force Rescuer, Shadow Strike Streak, Fighter Rescuer, Avenger, Professional, Fighter Hunter, Win Streaks, Final Blow, Survivor, the Best Squad, and Terror of the Sky. 78,000 lions, so that was really nice. I mean, that's quite a lot of cash. And top of the chart, as you can see, 5 kills. So yeah, this was my best game pretty much in this plane so far. And as you can see, I've unlocked Radiator, and after this game I also unlocked Compressor, and I started working on the 20mm belts, so you can tell that this plane is pretty stock. So, the second game. Again, it's New Guinea. You'll probably see this map quite a lot playing this plane. And there's a BTD up here. So, he's got the 20mm cannons also, so I don't want to go head on with him or anything, but he shouldn't be too much of a threat. I mean, it's a heavy fighter. Well, it's not even a fighter, it's more of a bomber, I think. I don't know exactly what it is, but it shouldn't be... I'm just going to avoid this guy. But I'm not really going to engage him because I don't consider him a threat. I'd rather go for their actual fighters. And here we go. Typhoon spotted. So I'd much rather attack him. So we'll let that BTD he can go ahead and chase me, but he won't be catching up. So Typhoon below me. I want to get him. I can easily maintain enough separation that he can't pitch up at me. And now it's time to turn around, try to get guns on target. Keeping a close eye on that BTD, but he's really not that much of a threat. And this Typhoon is stalling perfectly in front of me, so I zoom in, take my time, get nice and close, and there we go. Killed him in about 30 rounds of ammunition, so very good. Got a Spitfire up there. I don't want to start turn fighting, so I'm just gonna wait until I can find an enemy who is distracted or not paying attention. Blast him out of the sky. Keep flying kind of in straight lines to maintain my speed. And there's a Corsair below me. And he seems to be climbing up to this battle. He doesn't seem to notice that I'm slotting right behind him. So again, hold my fire until I'm nice and close. And blast him out of the sky also. So that's 2 kills nice and quick. Keeping an eye above me. There's a P-51 up high, I believe, so that's kind of bad news. But I want to help my teammate first, get rid of these Spitfires. Now that was some beautiful shooting. Some people say I have good aim, and not always. BTT is still trying to snipe me, but as you can see I can easily outrun him, so I'm just going to gain some distance. But I really want to help my Zero teammate over there with those Spitfires, because a Zero can outturn 1 Spitfire, but if he has to dodge 2 of them, it gets a lot more difficult. So I'm gonna fly over there to try and help him out. Again, dodge the BTD. He's just an annoyance, but not really a threat. And here are the Spitfires. So I'm gonna fly towards him and see which one sets himself up the nicest for me. This Spitfire down here, as you can tell, he's going into a vertical maneuver. He's really slow, so I can just blast him out of the sky. And that's 3 kills. And this is where it starts to go wrong, because I mentioned earlier there was a P-51 up high, and you're gonna see him again soon. There he is. He swooped right down on me. I'm gonna try to make him turn and overshoot or something, but as you can see, I kind of forgot that the P-51 has really good high-speed control characteristics, so he could easily follow me in that turn and blast me out of the sky. So I mean, that's what the Allied pilots have to do. If they are disciplined, they climb, they keep their speed high, then they can kill me. But I mean, I've had some games where pretty much the entire enemy team just dives straight to the deck, and I mean, then you have no chance. And this game was won by those P-51s because they played it smart. They stayed fast, they stayed high, and they just boom and zoomed all of us to death. And so we lost this match. I mean, I had a decently good game, 3 kills. I could have dodged that P-51 better probably if I would have actually turned my camera far enough that I could actually see him, but I didn't. We all make mistakes. Anyway, now I think the next game is going to be one where you'll see that team I was talking about, where the Allied team all mows along and they get absolutely decimated. So here we go. I'm at about 3,000, almost 4,000 feet, and this was the only enemy who actually climbed to a decent altitude, a Typhoon. The rest, they were already killing ground targets down low and stuff, and yeah. So this is the only enemy up high, and this game also shows the lack of maneuverability of this plane. As you can see, I'm having a real hard time getting my guns on target, because this plane it doesn't turn that great. But as you can see, I'm able to get on this guy's tail, and this also shows something else I want to mention, is that there are other engine power settings besides 100% and wet. I mean, I went down to 0% throttle for quite a bit of this engagement, so that I wouldn't overshoot, unlike my teammate in the Ki-84, who you saw zooming by. he completely overshot this guy because he didn't, I guess, didn't go down to 0% throttle, or I mean, sometimes it's good to overshoot, but in this case, I mean, I knew he was the only enemy around, so I decided to slow down a bit so I could stay on his tail. And by this time, pretty much the enemy team is already completely dead. There goes another Spitfire, there's a P63 and a Mosquito, there's also a P51 somewhere, but everyone was down low. And it was ridiculous. And, well, made it nice and easy for us. So here we have a P51. So I'm trying to line up an attack. But I shoot a little bit above him, so that's too bad. But instead of flat turning, I'm gonna... I mean, I have a lot more energy than this guy, so I can easily just keep doing these vertical loops to try and get back on him. And that's the great thing about this plane. Because it doesn't turn that well, it also doesn't lose much speed when it turns. This is kind of similar to what the Ki-84s used to have when they had their initial flight model. They were like bricks, they couldn't turn at all, but because of that they would also barely lose any speed whatsoever in a turn. And there we go, I finally got a nice shot on that P-51, set him on fire. The Ki-84 is of course trying to steal the kill, but I get it. And that was the end of this match. GG. Enemy team is all dead. So that is how not to fight against the Japanese. Do not all go down low and start turn fighting. It's just not smart. So I have even more gameplay footage, so I'll be showing that now. So this is just going to be a very short clip, and there's a purpose to this clip, and it's to show you that I am not a super god or anything. I make mistakes just like anyone, and you're going to see a pretty big one here. So I'm heading over here to try to help my my Ki-84 teammate. I'm keeping an eye on this Spitfire because he's closing the gap a bit, but I think I can outrun him. But I'm so focused on this guy that I get absolutely obliterated. I wasn't paying attention. I did not realize that that guy had turned around and was coming for me, and he just completely killed me in a head-on pass. I mean, he was probably wondering what the hell I was doing because I didn't even shoot at him. So that was very successful. So as you can see, my plane is pretty much completely black. I have a fuel leak. My tail controls are pretty damaged. I can still fly the aircraft though, so I'm going to skip ahead and show you the landing to this one because it was interesting also. So I've been flying back to base. As you can see, my engine has now also died because I've completely run out of fuel. So things are going great. I still have a lot of ammo though, so I can use that to help slow me down. And I also come to the stunning realization pretty soon that my gears have been shut off. So I have no landing gear, badly damaged plane, and I have to try to put it down. So I've done belly landings before, and sometimes they do work, so I'm hoping I can do it this time. Using my guns to slow me down, probably scaring my teammate over there, but you know what, I have to slow down, so I'm firing, I'm trying to bring it in as gently as possible. I think I did pretty well. And this looks good, right? No. Gaijin says no. That's not how you're supposed to land. Yep, so there goes both my wings, my tail, everything. Yeah, and I can't repair from that, so GG. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. I hope you learned something about the J2M3. And I think it's a decent aircraft. You should definitely give it a try. Just don't expect it to be a super Japanese turn fighter. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.